If you felt this same tug of war I have inside, wanting to participate in festive activities, but also stay true to your Christian values, well, friend, this is the episode for you. We're diving deep on how to celebrate and fully enjoy this fall season without focusing on Halloween. Here are 8 faith-filled ways to savor the fall season. Welcome to There Will Be Joy. I'm your host, Lauren Alonso, and I am a wife and Southern mama of 4 and counting. I'm that crazy friend of yours who's always ready to dream big with you, cheer you on as you dance to the beat of your own drum, and help you find the silver lining in every situation. I'm here as your host to help inspire you to live with joy, equip you with every listen, and empower you in your journey. I believe that life is a series of stories worth telling. And in this podcast, I'm going to share my own stories, the stories of others, and practical tools to help you explore how to live with intention and purpose no matter what is thrown your way. My hope is that you smile a lot, cry a little, and laugh so hard that eventually you pee your pants. Not kidding, friend. You are welcome at our table, so pull up a seat. Now, in this episode, I am not here to tell you what's right and wrong for you and your family, but I just want to share some creative, meaningful, and fun ways to embrace the beauty of fall and celebrate with a season of joy and creating lasting memories that honor our faith. Fall has finally arrived to South Carolina. The mornings are finally cool and the flannels are out. My hoodies and leggings are now acceptable clothing until this baby comes in January or February. All my diffusers are filled with cinnamon, vanilla, and orange oils. I could smell the heat of the furnace coming on for the very first time for the season, warming my home this weekend. And there's a newness in the air. Do you know that smell? Do you know that feeling that fall is here? All right, let me give you a little bit of backstory about how I came to this episode. My family celebrated in all the ways growing up. We went to fall festivals, we did pumpkin carving, trick-or-treating, the whole 9 yards. Growing up, my best friend and her family were obsessed with scary movies and literally held my eyes open so I wouldn't miss the most terrifying parts. Meanwhile, I made sure she would accompany me to the bathroom because I was convinced there was definitely someone hiding behind the shower curtain. If your kids are listening to this, kids, there's no one behind the shower curtain. My mom has hosted this huge neighborhood-wide event that has been all about Halloween and the extravaganza every year up until last year. And all of my family members would dress up like movie characters, whether they would be superheroes or the Wizard of Oz characters or the witches from the Hocus Pocus movies. However, after a year participating with my little kids, something just felt uneasy about celebrating Halloween the way we always had. Let me just say it's so important to honor your personal convictions and respecting different perspectives within the Christian community. I'm not here to tell you that what you're doing is wrong or right. I just want to simply make sure that I'm giving you guys some alternative ways to indulge in this season and find joy in it and not simply pass it over. I want to focus on the positive aspects of the season and finding joy in autumn traditions and the season of harvest that align with your faith. Did you know that there are over 80 times that the word harvest is mentioned in the Bible? Whether it's by agricultural terms in a parable or a spiritual sense, it is in fact mentioned so many times, and it is so important that I think that the Lord really wants us to celebrate the season of harvest. And I even told my little 6-year-old today, I was like, you know what? We might not be celebrating Halloween anymore, but let's call it harvest. Let's celebrate all season long. And here's a few ways we're going to do it. And so I broke it down for him and he got really excited. Now, whether you want to focus on an aspect of abundance or a heart of gratitude or the atmosphere and the cooler air, I think God honors our pause and the significance of autumn as a season when we reflect on the goodness of God in all of the seasons. So, without further ado, here are 8 faith-filled ways to savor the fall season without Halloween. Now you can catch all of these on the blog and see our family photos from those times that we did these things, these activities I'm talking about, and then I also have some links there for you to explore some more crafts and some ideas. Okay, depending on your interest, you might be into fall hikes or leaf collecting, nature walks, and outdoor family adventures. It's a season to notice and thank God for changing seasons and the beauty He brings into our life through nature. I want you to first savor the beauty in creation. Now, hiking might not be your thing, but my family and I took a very simple hike to Brasstown Falls in the small town of Westminster, South Carolina. Now, you may not be familiar with this little, if it were a restaurant, it would be like a hole in the wall. It is one of those places that is so sweet to my soul. I have been there so many times by myself on hikes where I just wanted to connect with the Lord again. And so to bring my family 3 years later, it was like a full circle moment for me. I had been there tons of times, but we didn't tell the kids what we had planned. And I also didn't tell my husband it was a 2-hour drive. I packed the bag full of snacks and drinks, loaded the car around 8 a.m., and we hit the road. It was so fun to make an adventure out of it. And our 6-year-old, who is very hard to please at times, absolutely loved it. He thought I was the coolest mom to take him on an adventure and a nature walk where he could collect items. Now, it was absolutely beautiful then, watching the waterfalls, but it would be even more beautiful now as the leaves are starting to change colors. It reminds me of this circle of life, of this. We see these leaves growing and we see them turning colors, and then they fall to the ground and then regenerate again, right? Again, it is the full circle of life, and we can savor the beauty of creation when we participate in those things. Another thing we can do is attend fall festivities. Now, imagine with me, you've got your Keds on, your sneakers, and you walk into this place. Just close your eyes with me. And you smell that overpriced popcorn and the funnel cakes and the cotton candy. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Whether it's a fall festival or a fair, these smells take you down memory lane. Many communities host harvest festivals in the fall, which are wonderful alternatives to Halloween. With no spooky things, you can enjoy pumpkin patches and hay rides and corn mazes and candied apples, all centered around the theme of abundance and gratitude. And you can be the one to point these things out to your children and maybe notice them for the first time yourself. These festivals celebrate the blessings of harvest, and they bring your family closer to God's provision as we seek the gratitude of our hearts. Okay, this next one is so fun. So I love pumpkin carving, as I told you guys before, and it was one of those things that I just didn't want to toss away. Well, I happened to stumble across the pumpkin parable activity this weekend, and it was just in time. I think this one is definitely a keeper. For those of you who are not opposed to pumpkin carving, this one is sure to bring some joy to your kiddos about the gospel in a way that's fun and memorable. You're going to first carve your pumpkin, but with a powerful twist that shares God's love. It's all about scripture. You'll want to have the kids around for this one. It's not just about the carving. It's about showing them how God works in our hearts. Now I've got this entire activity ready for you with the accompanying scriptures waiting for you in the Joyful Life community. You can find it in the show notes wherever you're listening. All right, number 4 is crafting a gratitude tree. You can get super creative with this. No one tells you exactly how to do this, but you can Pinterest search this as well if you'd like. A simple yet powerful tradition is creating a thankfulness tree, a gratitude tree. Each family member will write what they're grateful for on a found leaf or a paper leaf that you've cut out and add it to the tree throughout the season. It's a wonderful visual reminder to count our blessings and give thanks to God during this harvest season. Remember, this is a season of abundance, and it is our job as the parents to pass it along. Okay, for you foodies, you're going to love this one. This next one is hosting a family feast. In late August every year, we take a trip to the mountains for apple picking. In our favorite orchard, Skytop, we get so excited about bringing home that 30 pounds of the Honeycrisp apples. Now, let me tell you, some people get excited about the donuts. We are so much more excited about the apples, and we might be weird in that. But we make apple everything. Apple pie, apple crisp, apple donuts, cinnamon apple bread. The list goes on. It's that time of year where the air gets cool that I start to crave wassail and hot apple cider. I hope you find ways to incorporate your favorite family scents and tastes into your fall festivities and all the feasts. And I'm finding this season extra sentimental since Hurricane Helene came in and wiped out the neighboring towns to our favorite family orchard. And it's just got me in another place of gratitude and thankfulness. And the apple season is not over yet. So friends, if you have not been picking apples, especially in the Asheville area, this is your sign to go for it. That leads me to number 6, which is serving others. If acts of service and kindness is your love language, you could create some care packages for those in need, whether it's hurricane victims or raking leaves for the elderly, or your neighbors, or hosting a drop-off for supplies for the victims of these recent tragedies. And if you love to bake, I love the idea of a reverse trick-or-treat where you could take some baked goods to first responders, showing your kids instead of asking for candy, we're emphasizing the joy of giving over receiving. Now, those of you who know my background know that I love design and decor, and making a house feel like a home is like a love language of mine. Putting out my fall decor looks a little different than it used to with bats and cobwebs. I'm actually very minimal when it comes to decor because we are in a non-clutter phase of life, but I take and trade out my typical wall signs and little sentimental pieces and trade them for fall-themed decor with leaves and cornucopia. I love the idea of adding elements of harvest that represent God's provision with His words written on them, and then adding in autumn colors to reflect the glory of creation. And of course, our front door is adorned with a beautiful display of handmade flowers in shades of green and red and orange and yellow, and my personal favorite, sunflowers. Number 8 is family fall crafting. I love the idea of doing all the fun crafts with the kids, and a friend of mine sent me this adorable one. You cut out a pumpkin out of cardboard and then use tape to create like the shadow box effect to showcase their nature finds from your family hike, which we did earlier. We covered that and how fun you could take something and make a memory from it. Now, I'll post a link in the video on the blog for you so you get a visual of this as well. Now remember, celebrating fall without Halloween doesn't mean you're missing out on the joy of the season. It simply means that it's an opportunity to embrace it in a way that aligns with your faith. From savoring nature to creating meaningful traditions, there are countless ways to celebrate this beautiful time of year. And I would absolutely love to hear how you and your family are celebrating this fall. So feel free to share your ideas in the comments wherever you're listening, or hop on over to the Joyful Life community and become a part of this incredible community that we're building with like-minded women just like you. Let's continue to inspire each other with fall traditions that bring us closer to God. As you walk through the season, may you find peace, joy, and opportunities to draw closer to God. And remember, every season is an opportunity to reflect His light in all we do. Keep seeking joy, and happy fall, y'all.